YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got another pickups video for you here. Some interesting stuff, I think, and definitely a couple of titles that I am super interested in getting into my collection, so really happy that I found them. So I'll get started on this immediately. The first thing I found, this was at a Goodwill, and this was probably about 3 or 4 days ago, is the Halo 2 limited edition collector's box, or whatever you like to call it, the steelbook. It's in pretty decent shape. There's a few small dings and stuff on it. You can see like there's a light scratch right there, but nothing too bad. It is totally in there and everything. So there's that disc, and then there's also the collector's edition disc in here as well, and they're in pretty decent shape. I'm pretty sure the collector's disc is in nice shape as well. Yeah, this one hasn't even been used, so whoever got this didn't even bother to do anything with that. Now, I didn't have this already in my collection. I did have Halo 2, but really happy to add in the steelbook. That's pretty awesome. For that one there, I paid $5, which I think is more than worth it. Moving on, I saw these titles sitting at a different Goodwill, and they'd been sitting there for a number of days. So on Tuesday, which it's now Thursday, but on Tuesday of this week, I decided to pick them up. It was my only stop, but I knew they were sitting there, and I was kind of waiting for them to go half price, just because I kind of thought that they probably would end up sitting there for a bit. The first one there is Legends of Wrestling 2 for the GameCube, and unfortunately it doesn't have its manual, but the disc is in there, and it is in fairly decent shape, so that's not too bad. I have a find there for $2.50. I wasn't going to leave that behind that time. And then also for $2.50 is SSX on Tour, and this one here is the one that has the Mario character in it, so I thought I would pick this one up. Again, it's all in there and everything, so the manual's in here. It's not in the world's greatest shape. The manual's a little bit wrinkled, but whatever. The disc probably has seen better days, but it should play, so no big deal there. I figured I'd just pick that one up because it does have a Mario character, or does have the Mario character in it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the Intercontinental Radio News.
Moving on, the rest of the stuff comes from today. Pretty interesting find for PlayStation 2. But to start with, I'll just get into a little a GameCube find that I got here. Now, don't get too excited when you see this, because this is not what it appears to be, but it's Super Mario Sunshine. Although, like I said, it's not what it appears to be, although the manual is in there. It's actually a Harry Potter GameCube game that's in here. It's the Goblet of Fire, but that's not really what interested me the most about this. What interested me about this is that the artwork on the outside is in really great condition. The case is in wonderful shape too. So the case and the manual, well, the manual has a small fold right there, but I think it might be in better shape than the one I have. So basically I'm just going to piece and part and make the best possible copy of Super Mario Sunshine for myself, and I'll probably just end up saving that to recoup the $3 that I spent on this. But also, I'm aware that I think Longshot was telling me earlier on today that he needed the what do you call it, the artwork for this game, because his was a greatest hits edition. So I will probably be giving that to him so he can complete, or my other artwork to him so he can complete his and make it look all nice, kind of thing. Moving on, I found a number of different PlayStation 2 games at the same time, and I'll get into that. The first one here is Katamari Damacy, which I already have in my collection, but it's complete and in really excellent shape, and the discs on these are pretty good. This one's really dusty, so it probably looks like garbage there, but it's just really dust on it, maybe a few small scratches or whatever, but I know that that manual is in great shape, so, and the artwork's in great shape, so I'll probably be replacing parts of this with the one that I own and then selling off my copy of it. Same thing with this game here, We Love Katamari, again in excellent condition the case is, and it's got the manual and everything in there. Now I can't remember if mine does have the manual, but again, it's just dusty like the other one, needs to be cleaned off, but otherwise in great shape. Again, $3 for this title. I'm not going to turn that down, and I think the artwork for sure is better on this one than on mine, so I'll be upgrading and things like that, which is always a bonus. The next one here is Tekken 5, and I'm trying to remember if I even had this in my collection or not before. I don't think I do, so I'll have to check that out and see, but it's also complete. Again, $3 for that. Pretty awesome right there. I think this is one of the better Tekken games from my understanding, but I'm definitely not an expert when it comes to fighting games, that's for sure. The next one here, also for $3, was Front Mission 4. I hadn't seen this game before, so this is a new addition to my collection, which is really nice. It's totally complete, and whoever donated these games, again, everything's maybe a little dusty on there, but again, it's in really good shape, so pretty cool to find that title, which I didn't have already. And then the last one from that particular Goodwill is a title that I'd been looking for, hadn't seen it in the wild before, wasn't willing to pay the eBay prices for it, never got a chance to play this originally because I don't believe, at least to my knowledge, that this game ever came out on the original Xbox, and when it was PS2 Xbox era, I was an Xbox guy, so I didn't have a PlayStation 2, so I was looking at this series of games and just like really upset that I couldn't play them on my Xbox because you know, they didn't have them on the Xbox. So I was really happy to pick up Silent Hill 3 for $3. Again, it's all complete. It has the soundtrack right here, as well as the original game. And again, the person who had these like took really good shape of them. It's basically an awesome shape. The cases are in awesome shape. The artwork's in amazing shape. So whoever had these and donated them, I thank you very much for taking good care of your stuff, because that helps out me a lot in the long run. Moving on, I actually ran into Longshot, not over him, but into him in one of the Goodwills in one of the areas that we sort of mutually visit, and was talking to him for a little bit, and there wasn't really much in the store we were in. He said that there wasn't really much out there at the other stores that I usually go to and he usually goes to, because we kind of met. He saw the other two stores and I was in the one that he popped into. So I said, well, I'm gonna go check out those stores anyways, just because I'm down here. So I decided to go over after we finished our conversation, and he knew that these were there and I wasn't aware of that at the time. I'm a sucker for these though, so he probably doesn't find the value in them. I find more value in these video games. So I picked up Centipede for the PlayStation, which I think I already have in my collection, but I'm just a sucker for these retro remakes. I always pick them up when I see them. This one here is in pretty decent shape, maybe a few small scratches on it, but it is complete and everything like that. For that one there, I paid $3. So, you know, for $3, I'm not going to turn down one of these kind of titles. I really enjoy this game. I think this one is very much underrated. I have played this on the Dreamcast as well, and I get sucked into it. It's a really fun game to play. Maybe it's super common or something like that, and that's why it's so cheap, but for $3, I'm not going to let that go. And then another really decent find, which I didn't have in my collection already, so it's nice to add an additional PlayStation title. I haven't really seen a lot of PlayStation stuff for the original PlayStation lately, so this is really cool. It's Pac-Man World, and that's also very much complete. Unfortunately, it's greatest hits. When it comes to greatest hits stuff, I usually am not like too worried about it, but I've come to the realization with PlayStation 1 games that all you get when you get a greatest hits edition is like there's no color and things on this part of the disc here. It's just a silver disc instead of actually having like the proper artwork that originally came with the game. So that's one of the downsides of greatest hits editions, but still didn't have this in my collection, so really happy to add it in. I played this back in the day and really enjoyed it, and didn't keep my copy of this, and I'm really happy to add this back into the collection. So that was everything lately. I haven't totally been hitting up the thrift shops as much lately because my family, well, my immediate family, like my son and my wife and I went out and, you know, we traveled to a local place or whatever, but we were out overnight, and that kind of took away from a couple of days that I usually would have been out thrifting, but not a big deal, because absolutely, like, spending time with your family is the most important thing. But that's why the pickups are a little bit slim in the last little bit here, but hopefully we'll get back into business here, and I think this is a pretty good start. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I will see you all later.